Dirty Mac and shit that guys be doing on YouTube now, man, it's fucking funny. Your homeboy trying to get a girl. Your homeboy trying to get a girl, and you like, nah, you got a girl? Don't you have herpes? Like, you just say some bullshit, bro. It's the funniest shit. D Savage on what he learned.
When we think about the early days of you, when we think about like the you in the car pouring
Yeah.
up and shit,
Yeah.
was that the first song you ever made, or was that just like super close to the beginning?
Nah, that was super close to the beginning. That was probably like the third song I made, and then
Oh shit,
and
third song.
yeah, but like actually though, I'm not even trolling type shit. Like that, all of that shit was so early on in my career that I didn't know how like important it was, or I didn't know like what I was doing for real, if that made sense.
So it was a big deal to have Twitter videos getting millions and millions of
100%.
of plays and shit.
100%, and this is at a time when like when that shit starting to pick up for me, like bro, at that time, bro, I'm broke as type shit. Like that video of me pouring up lean in the car and shit. That's when I was living in Gardena. Like I'm trapping every day type shit, and I'm sitting outside of my apartments type shit. Like everything was so like just surreal and transparent at that time. I didn't have any other rap friends. I wasn't like I was just me being me, and then I'm just pouring up in the car obviously, and then one of my friends pulls up, perfect timing around that time, and like as he's just walking up to my car, he's filming me and my friend in the car pouring up or whatever. He sends it to me like, man, this is a good video. I think it'll go viral or whatever. I post it on Twitter and it goes viral. But at that time, bro, I was probably like 16 years
I
old.
know.
16,
That
17
shit.
years. I had no idea what I was getting myself into or doing or anything like that. But I mean, it worked out. I remember, and you were tapped in really early around that time too. Like I remember, probably like right when I started going viral. That's when I was getting a whole bunch of like notifications via Twitter saying that like you might report on the I Know song or other like it was just surreal. I didn't know what I was getting myself
Song's
into,
hard,
but I
by
was
the way.
very grateful, if that made sense.
It's easy to like not really understand the moment that you're in
Yeah.
until later on,
Until-
especially
yeah.
you being that young. I'm like
Yeah.
30, starting No Jumper, and I'm not really understanding that I'm interviewing all these
Exactly,
dudes
though.
who are gonna go on to be super
You
important.
didn't know what the fuck we were doing,
But for
bro.
you, you're like a kid, so you really don't know. But you didn't
Yeah.
have any like famous or like popular friends at that time? Did that all kind of come after that?
The only like popular / famous friend was Tyler the Creator type shit, but like other than him, or Ian Connor.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
of
yeah.
around you too.
Yeah, he was, but at this time he wasn't the Ian that we know now.
Yeah.
Type shit. So
He was still mysterious.
yeah, mysterious, but you just knew he was fly as type shit. But yeah, nobody really, nobody. Probably just Tyler and Ian. That was it. That was it at that time.
How'd you actually start having conversations with Tyler?
Did you just get a new phone?
Yup. But
Is
with
Ian
Paradise
Connor the
Noble, I
same
can get a new
Ian
phone
like
every
we
year.
know now?
Everyone
like,
offers
white
that.
nigga Ian?
Nope.
So I always, obviously he's older than me, so we didn't
Go crazy. I see you watching the clock.
Okay, yeah. He's a little older than me, so, but we went to the same middle school at different times. So,
Oh, so you knew him before he really popped off and shit.
100%.
Okay.
So by the time, I don't want to say too much because I haven't talked to him about this, but I'll say this. Okay, so by the time we reach in high school, one of his, I'll say relatives or cousins, right, goes to the same high school as I. So that was even like a hey, like what the like type shit, and then now we're starting. It's like you see an old friend again type shit. Now you're starting to hang out outside of school, and then that the relative or whatever that I'm talking about, they know like how I'm living in Gardena. They come to my house, my apartments for the first time. They're looking around like, wait a minute. They walk to the other side of the apartment, knock on the door. They got a cousin that lived there too.
Oh shit.
So it's kind of like, what the type shit. It just worked out perfect. My mother and his mother know each other. Like it's different. It's different. Shout out Benita. I love you.
It's crazy how people we see like come up through the underground and become huge like Tyler. You almost kind of like forget about their roots because at this point Tyler is so ubiquitous that we have whole conversations about the top rappers out of LA and we totally forget to put his name even in the conversation because he's so fucking big at this point.
We talking about a nigga that made $1 million plus off socks back then type shit. It's just socks. We ain't even talking about no music. Like and that's why I feel like I knew once I got my foot in the door, I don't know everything, obviously, but I knew certain small things to do that I've seen this nigga already do that is like, bro, Tyler's probably one of the most business savvy persons I've ever had the chance to meet, talk with, etc. That nigga is built different, bro. Different. He doesn't do no drugs. He doesn't like. All he does is he's just pure creative, bro. And that's as long as you have, and then he's naturally creative too. It's not like you see someone else's idea that gives you a spin-off to like run off, which is still nothing wrong with that too. Inspiration is inspiration, but he'll get his inspired from like literally nothing and build an empire like No Jumper to where it's like what the type shit. Like
he's so mysterious. I remember like on Melrose in 2017. And you would see just two dudes blast by on old school BMX bikes, and somebody would be like, "That was Tyler," and we'd all just be like, "Are you serious?" Like no security, no nothing, just blasting around the neighborhood.
And that was a regular thing. Like if you probably wanted to see some Odd Future dudes or Tyler on the weekend, you just go to Melrose or go to Fairfax, and they're gonna be. And you were did you have the BMX bike shop around that time?
2014, 2015, 2016. Nah, we moved there in 2017.
Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of initiated like a different era because we were like super underground downtown. It was like right next to like the Goth Boy Clique apartment and shit like that.
But even when you were underground, you were still running shit, bro.
It happened pretty quick. Like my first year doing interviews, I interviewed X.
Yes,
which is unreal when I think about that now.
Yeah, 100%. Because nobody has anyone else got an X interview like that?
There was like a radio interview.
That don't count. I mean, like a real like.
He was on stream with Ack a couple times, but not like a real sit down like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that don't count. You're the only nigga that got that. That's legendary.
So how you and Ian Connor get locked in? Because you said it was Tyler and then Ian, right?
Yeah. So
Ian would reach out to anybody because he just had like he was so tapped into the culture. He knew everybody was gonna pop off before it happened.
And Ian is so smart. He knows who to tap in with and who not to tap in with in a sense of like, okay, Adam, you
Y'all see me locked in, right? I'm up here learning shit. Like, I'm just up here learning shit, you know? When you get the chance to learn about an artist, interviews, this is where they be spilling everything. This is where you see, like, that non-music side of them. So, like, one way they're making crazy music, you hype, you know every lyric. When they sit down, they chilling. They saying how they got to where they's at, inspirations, blah blah blah, beefs, how everything came about that got them to where they at today. I was at work, and Kendrick Lamar's doing his Super Bowl halftime show, and he don't normally do interviews. They were saying this throughout the entire show that he don't normally do interviews, and listening to him like break down everything and like what his music means and answer like kids' questions and give advice and shit. Like, bro is a real down to earth nigga, like, you know. And you gotta. I listened to that whole. I think it was like an hour interview. I listened to that while at work, right after lunch, scraping walls and shit, filling holes with concrete or whatever. Like, just listening to it, and it's like it's inspirational.
You guys are super fucking busy right now, right? I'm pretty sure if someone randomly tried to DM you guys on Instagram, you guys wouldn't see it. And if you did see it, it'd be like an type shit. He knew how to leverage his everything. So he knew I have a lot to offer. And when I say I'm speaking as if I'm Ian. He knew like I have a lot to offer, like, and he knew how to turn somebody up, bro. He still knows how to do that right now, man or female. Like, he kind of like the Trippie Redd effect, where Trippie gets a girlfriend and like no one might know who they were before, but then after he dates them, it's kind of like they're celebrities type shit now. Ian pioneered that. I ain't gonna lie, he started that, and he did it organically. And like, this nigga would take the shirt off his back and put it on me just so he could take a pic of me, and I look cool, and I look just for. And bro, he's not getting nothing off of it. He just wanted to see a nigga go crazy type shit. Like, He was the only one. And then, but to answer your question, I probably got tied in with him because this is gonna be super random, but I swear to God. All right, so I'm on the Fairfax Times where I'm going up there and I'm hanging out with the Odd Future crowds and stuff like that. Ian is so tapped in. He's starting to go to Fairfax and he's starting to spend time on the block. We call Fairfax and Oakwood like the block type shit for those that don't know. So he's spending time on the block and shit like that now to where now like for example, there's like an alley behind the old Odd Future store where we would go hang out at, and like I remember we're sitting back there smoking one time and Ian's walking down the alley, and it went from like Ian was putting in so much work and went from like one day to like, all right, it went from like, okay, one day you can see Ian walking down the street, right? Hypothetically. And you can see him walking down the street and you could be like, oh, that's that nigga Ian Connor type shit, right? But we don't say nothing or whatever. We just know that's him and we go about our. Now that transpired to, oh shit, that's Ian. Ian, come here, Ian, what's up, nigga? That type of shit. But I wasn't hip. I wasn't the one that was calling his name. I had a friend named Lucas and like just a whole bunch of different like real fashion dudes, basically. Real fashion dudes that were like, oh no, Savage, you gotta start like fucking with him. Da-da-da. Then I'm like, okay. And then I start talking to him and he hears 30 round clip, and that was probably the most organic. Still to this day, I've never been around someone who genuinely was pushing my music for no money, no nothing. Like the streams wasn't nothing that early on. Like, of course it picked up fast and everything, but I would be a liar if I said it didn't pick up because of Ian. 100%. He knows what he's doing, bro. Like seriously. And I get so mad and I get in my feelings about, because you know he went through a lot of stuff in his career.
I want to see which Ian is he talking about. Ian Connor. Oh, I don't know him. Which one is it?
Negative and positive, and it, for the public at least, they don't understand how like a bullshit allegation that isn't even real could tarnish everything you've worked so hard for. And like that shit is serious, you guys. So like for those at home watching, bro, just make sure that you're always moving right and correct and stuff like that, because there's always going to be a bigger hater out there that wants to see you fall, and they'll put everything they can, lies and all this other shit, to try to make the empire crumble, and sometimes it ends up working, bro. So
TNN News. Damn. That was a good ass video. That's good ass 2 videos. I might drop those separately. But yeah. Bro, I like random shit like that, bro. Like if you guys know of any sort of fucking clips, videos, new shit, send them my way and guys will check it out. But for now, peace out.